And welcome to the Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily. Orville Susong, Zane Garcia here from the USSSA Sports Complex in Vieira, Florida. We have the Cocoa Beach Spring Training down here in Vieira, Florida. Got some teams from across the country and even from Canada down here, as we saw yesterday. But today we have the Penn-Trafford baseball team from the local, say, not too far from the Harrisburg area. And then we have Bellevue East, which is out of Nebraska. Bellevue East is going to be in the black and purple and white, and the Penn-Trafford team wearing their green and I guess you could call that kind of a gold maybe that they have. But some good baseball games going on over the next several weeks, going on with the Cocoa Beach Spring Training. Great opportunity for teams to get down in some warmer weather, which really, Orville, this isn't warmer weather for us Floridians.
It's not warm for us, but it's definitely something. I got a frog in my throat already. It's definitely nice weather for these guys out here. You see all the players, just about every one of them in short sleeves.
So kind of a late start to our game here, but the force out there at home prevents a run being scored. So heads up play there to throw it to home when you got a force at any base.
So now you have Bellevue East. They're batting right now. They have 2 outs. They got runners. The base is still loaded for Bellevue. Just starting out the inning, the first batter, he walked 2 walks in a row, then a strikeout, another walk, which loaded the bases. Ground ball to the third baseman. He brought it home, got the force out there. So we still have the bases loaded. And batting now is number 21, Braden Zimmerman. He's got a count of 1-1 on him. No score yet. We're in the bottom of the first inning. We apologize for not getting Penn-Trafford for the first inning. We had some communication problems, but now that looks like we're ready to go. Here's the next pitch. That's low, and that will take the count to 2-1 strike.
Along with our late start, we're getting blown away by these gusts of winds coming through. It feels like we got about 50-mile-an-hour wind direction coming right behind us. So you could see there, even the pitcher's hat flew off on that pitch towards home plate. But nevertheless, for the players here, as Orville mentioned, it's better weather for them. As you can imagine, it's still probably frigid cold in Nebraska and Pennsylvania. So lower 60s here for us Floridians is chilly, but for them it's like nice.
Boy, that's for sure. And there's the ball 4. Excuse me, to Zimmerman. He's a designated hitter, and that will bring in the first run. As Sosh comes in, that'll be the first run of the ball game, and that will belong to Bellevue East. Base is still loaded, and that brings up number 10. That's a strike there. Brings up number 10, Tristan Zerhant. We're having problems with the rosters, also tough to read. Tristan, fly ball, center fielder going back, and the lefty makes the catch, and that will end it right there. The line score for Bellevue East in the bottom of the first inning: 1 run on no hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. Are you
So we're going to be headed to the top of the second inning. Bellevue will go back out there to pitch. Number 24 for Bellevue East is on the mound.
Dylan Bullard will be your pitcher, the right-hander. Big right-hander, looks like he's probably 6'2". But we are in the top of the second inning. No score by Penn-Trafford the first time they were up. And Nebraska with scoring 1 run on no hits, no errors. And they left 3 runners on base. So the score is 1-0 in favor of Nebraska. Stepping in now to hit is number 2, Tybruski. He's the catcher. And here's his swing, and fouled off. He's the number 5 hitter. First pitch to him fouled off, and that'll be a strike. So the score here in the bottom of the first, going into the top of the second inning, 1-0 in favor of Nebraska. Here's the next pitch off the catcher's glove. That'll be a ball. That'll even up at 1-1. You do hear the wind coming through. Wind picked up quite a bit once we got here.
Oh yeah, it's a typical Florida day. I can see there's clouds in the sky, so might be a little bit of rain coming through here soon, along with this wind, and who knows, it could be sunny in the next 10 minutes.
There you go. 2-1 the count now on Tryberski. He'll step out, let the wind go by. He'll step back in now. 2 balls, 1 strike on the catcher. And here's the pitch, ready to go. Bullard, ground ball, shortstop. Long throw, quick and easy, and that does it. And he's thrown out by the shortstop, and that will be a 6-3 if you're counting that, and that will be the first out of the inning.
Great stretch there by the first baseman, Orville. That's how you make sure that you get the out.
Well, nice throw also by the shortstop, throwing off balance. That nice play by him. Coming up now will be Kovarak. He's the right fielder, wearing number 10. First pitch to him bounces to the plate. That'll be a ball. So we have 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Kovarak, the right fielder, steps back in to count 1 ball, no strikes. And that's fouled. That'll even up the count. Second baseman, line drive off his feet, makes a nice catch. And that will be out number 2 as he lines out to the second baseman. That's Leon Ducaret. He gets the out, and that'll be out number 2. So with 2 outs and nobody on, lefty steps in. That's the second baseman, number 21, Rudy. Ground ball first base side, makes a nice second hop catch over to the pitcher. And that's it. Pennsylvania goes down 1-2-3 in the top of the second inning. And the line score, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The score after an inning and a half, Nebraska 1, Pennsylvania 0.
You know, coming down here from whether you're from Pennsylvania or from Nebraska or even from Canada, you're getting some really needed reps for your squad, especially heading into the summer in a couple months. And you know, some of these teams, they've shown up and really looked like they're in mid-season form, and this is just the beginning of what is going to be obviously a long spring and long summer for them. So it's good to see some of these teams, Orville, playing at a high level early into the spring.
Well, you know, you look at these teams, one from Nebraska, They've had some horrible weather there. Pennsylvania also some horrible weather. These guys probably have been inside gymnasiums, maybe some batting cages that are indoors and stuff like that. But they don't have they haven't had the opportunity. Now I'm guessing because I'm not there, but I would believe they wouldn't have much of an opportunity to actually get out on the field. Normally, you don't go out and shovel the baseball field off with snow off of it to, get your game going. But this weather here, it's a little chilly to us, a little windy. These guys are having a ball. They enjoy it. Plus, when they're done with their 2 games today, they'll go back to the hotel and have a nice evening. Maybe go to Orlando or something for see one of the attractions over there. But this is just this is not bad weather for them.
No, not at all. It's definitely a gloomy day out. It's not the beautiful sunshine state as we've called it, but you look at both of these teams and you say, hey, if we have an opportunity to come down to Florida and play some spring training baseball on the Space Coast, why not? So,
absolutely.
Cocoa Beach spring training is the reason that these teams are here and the reason that we're here as well. So great venue for some baseball at the USSSA complex here in Viera, Florida. There's going to be games, softball and baseball, going on for the next several weeks.
So we head down to the bottom of the 2nd inning. First pitch from the big lefty is a ball, and it rolls to the screen. Stepping in to hit is John Goff. He's the left fielder for Nebraska. 1-0 the score here in the bottom of the second. Second pitch, swing and a miss. Nice fastball right down the heart of the plate.
Yeah, excellent pitch there. Able to get the swing and the miss high and away and still got him to swing.
So the 1-1 count from the lefty on the way. Here's the pitch inside, ball 2. So that can take the count to 2-1. Yeah, these guys, they have to love this because they have the opportunity to get out and actually run the bases and run their drills and stuff, and it's good for them. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Good off-speed pitch right there by the pitcher. Drotos, the pitcher, D-R-O-T-A-S, Drotos. He's a lefty. Here's the pitch. Ground ball's going to be fouled down the third base line. That'll leave the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So here we go, 2-2 the count. Drotos with the pitch, and that's fouled back. That will keep the count at 2-2. Liam Warwick on deck. Here's the offering, 2-2, low, and now to take the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Drotos in the first inning walked 3, and luckily for him was able to get out of a jam. They only scored 1 run. Here's the pitch, fouled back, and the count will stay at 3-2.
Yeah, that one fouled back. You see all the fans and hear all the fans yelling, heads up, our ball, because there's teams playing all around us. So got to watch out for foul balls.
That pitch is high, and that'll be ball 4. So there you have it. The first hitter for in the bottom of the second for Nebraska draws a walk, and that will bring up the second baseman, number 6. That's Liam Warwick.
You know, Orville, when you see a batter be as patient as that, then you gotta be excited about seeing someone be so patient. You know, a little something about baseball. Talk a little bit about pitch awareness and patience at the plate.
Well, you know, the thing about it is that, you know, if regular season, they'll be playing teams that they know when they go back home. They'll have rivals like Merritt Island and Rockledge, or Titusville and Astronaut, Melbourne, Melbourne and Palm Bay, stuff like that. Warwick will spin around to bunt, and that's a strike. But here, they don't know these guys, and I'm sure there's no they may be able to go on the high school's website or whatever it is and pick up a game or two, watch the pitchers throw. But, baseball stats don't lie. But here again, the stats are no good once you get on the field, because one day you feel good, next day you don't feel good. One day you're throwing strikes, the next day you're not. It's a mentality thing that these guys at this level have to get over.
Right.
And it makes it tough sometimes. There's the pitch, fouled off. Now, I show this guy as number 6, and that guy wears number 3, and I don't have a number. Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. So here we go, the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Man at first base. He got there by a walk, and that'll take the count to 2-2. So we have a man at first, nobody out. Want to say hello to Lester Grooms. He's watching. We'll need to have Lester type in where he's watching from. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. And that will be
a big hack right there, unable to get connection.
2-2 the count. And that's called strike 3.
Wow, great pitch there on the bottom left corner as he kind of froze the batter right there. You probably would think that would be a ball, but I don't want to guess, but I think this is the same umpire that called that game that I did yesterday, and he was giving a lot of those pitchers the east and west pitches. Not too much on the north and south, but east and west. A little inside, a little outside. He was giving it to him.
Perry Sauce, the hitter now. First pitch to him, low and away, and that'd be ball 1. Runner at first, 1 out. And Nebraska with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Throw over to first, back in plenty of time. Tim Haynes is watching. William Hovley is watching. Nicole Conley. So we've got some people watching. Type in where you guys are from. We'd like to know. Terry Whitley is watching. So the count now. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That's way upstairs. Ball 2. So Nebraska dressed in black and purple. They look like the Colorado Rockies. So 2 balls and no strikes to the hitter. Chris Dennis is watching. I know Chris Dennis. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle. That's called strike 1. So 2-1 count on Sos. Got 1 out and a runner at first. Goff at first base. He's there on a walk. Mary Riley watching also. Here's the pitch. And that catches the inside corner for strike 2. So 2-2 count now. Philip Julian also watching. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Runner goes, high pitch, throw to second, not in time. Throw is off, so a stolen base for Goff, and that'll put a runner in scoring position. Count on the batter, 3-2.
That was a good reaction there by the catcher. Throw was just offline. I think if it was more online, Orville, I think he would have got him.
Full count. We'll see what here. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. So that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. And the line score, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. So the score after 2 complete, Nebraska 1, Pennsylvania 0.
If you are just tuning in to the Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily, Orville Susong, Zane Garcia here from the USSSA Sports Complex in Vieira, Florida for the Cocoa Beach Spring Training. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. This is a great time of the year for teams who are unable to be out on their home fields and practicing and playing to come down to the Space Coast and enjoy some baseball here against some teams that you're probably not going to be playing at all. You know, you got two teams from different states here, obviously Bellevue East from Nebraska and Penn-Trafford from Pennsylvania. So great opportunity for softball and baseball. So never to mention we have from younger kids to older kids. We have all the way from younger kids at 8-9U to 18U playing in the Cocoa Beach spring training. Hundreds of teams have traveled from around the country to participate in the Cocoa Beach spring training, and that is a great opportunity once again for all of them to get some extra playing time in before their spring seasons and off-season summer travel baseball. It's year-round. It's never just one time of the year. It's year-round.
So we head to the top of the third inning. Let's see now. Nice throw down to second, all the way into center field. So number 24 is the pitcher for Bellevue East. They're from Nebraska. He's the pitcher. His name Dylan Bullard. Stepping in to hit now will be D. Delto. He's the shortstop. On deck will be the left fielder. So here we go. Top of the third. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball one. No score in this ball game. John Tice is watching. Abraham Benilla. Peggy Lee Ray. And that's outside. Here we go, the big right-hander ready. Here's the pitch. Was that a strike?
It was a strike.
Did he call it?
He called it. It was a late call, but he called it a strike.
Okay.
Got to keep the batter guessing.
And that's ball four, so that'll put the leadoff runner on first base again. And that'll be Delto, and he'll trot down to first. Coming up now will be last name Boss. He's the left fielder. He'll step in, hitting from the left side. Stephen Peg Barnhart is watching. Lynn Dwork is watching. I hope I pronounced that right. William Meta, Molly Kingstrom. And that'll get past the catcher. That's a wild pitch. Down to second base goes Delto, and that'll be a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. Delto goes to second on the pass ball.
Yeah, runner in scoring position now. Penn-Trafford trying to knot this game up at 1. If they can, get just a little dribbler through the gap, then that can send a run home possibly.
Cody Joe is watching. Squares the bunt, lays down a beautiful bunt between the pitcher and the line. Throw to first, and they got him. Nice play by the third baseman, or the pitcher. I didn't see which one. But
wow.
That's an out.
Wow, that was a tremendous play, because I'll give it. Boss was he was the boss down the first base line right there as he was hustling, and he nearly was safe. That was a nice bunt that he laid down, but just couldn't get there in time.
Cassiato steps in. He's the center fielder, runner at third base now. Opportunity for Pennsylvania to tie this up. First pitch inside, ball one. Runner at third, that's Delto. He walked, went to second on a pass ball, went to third on the bunt by Boss, and we have an out. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in the gap, and that's going to score a run. Boss will turn. He's going to second. They're going to wave him to third. Plenty of time. Stand-up triple. Well, he slid, but he didn't have to. And the leadoff hitter gets a triple and an RBI. So Pennsylvania ties it up here in the top of the third inning.
Yeah, beautiful piece of hitting right there. And I saw a kid yesterday, actually, Orville, go for an inside the park home run. and over in the stadium. And with these kind of bigger, wider fields, if you hit it in that gap,
oh yeah,
it's
sure.
a triple all day long.
Number 23 stepping in now. He's also hitting from the left side. That's Feldman. He's coming around. He does hit from the right side, and he's the second baseman. John Tice watching. First pitch fouled back over the screen. That'll be a strike. One run in here in the top of the third for Pennsylvania. Feldman will step back in. Bullard, the pitcher, the right-hander, looks at third, and now he'll come home. And that bounces. Great play by the catcher to keep the ball in front of him, and then even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch upstairs, ball 2. 2-1 the count. I want to thank everybody for watching Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily TV. Hope you're enjoying the game. We got here a little late. We missed the first inning, and timeout was called there. So that's no pitch. Score time. There's a fly ball center field going back. He's on his horse. He's not going to get to it. And it's going to bounce over. And that'll be a stand-up double and also be an RBI for Feldman. So 2 runs in and 2 RBIs here in the top of the third inning. Pennsylvania will take the lead for the first time.
Yeah, another really good piece of hitting right there. Able to get a hold of that, send it right through the gap for a ground rule double. And it looks like the Penn-Trafford team didn't really catch on to the pitches in the first inning, but now they're starting to get a hold of them a little bit.
Third baseman steps in now. First baseman, steps in. DiStefano, he is the third baseman. First pitch. And that's a bounce. And that's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on DiStefano, third baseman. Bullard ready to go. Looks to second base. Turns, pitches. Fly ball deep to left field. That's going to be over the left fielder's head. And it'll roll all the way to the fence. Another run will score. And DiStefano gets an RBI, and he'll end up with a stand-up double. So Pennsylvania starting to hit the ball well here in the third inning.
Yes, indeed they are, and they're going to have a little meeting at the mound with their pitcher, because it seems like Penn-Trafford is really just getting a hold of these pitches. I don't know if they're watching that fastball, Orville, if they're catching the low hanging stuff, but it's working for them.
So a triple and 2 doubles here in the top of the third inning for Pennsylvania will score 3 runs. Still only 1 out. And coming to the bat now will be the pitcher, number 6. He hits in the number 4 spot. And that's Drotos. We do not have first names for Pennsylvania, so we're winging it as best we can. But Drotos is the pitcher. He'll step in now. He's hitting from the left side with a runner at second base. That's DiStefano. Pitching coach comes out, talks to his big right-hander Bullard. He's ready to go. Pitch. Off-speed pitch. That's called strike 1. Nice pitch. Outside corner. 3 runs here in the top of the third inning for Pennsylvania. 3 runs on 3 hits. Oh, good off-speed pitch, swing and a miss by Drotos, and that'll be strike 2. Robert Parker is watching. Jason Woods. Susan Crowder, haven't seen that name before. Susan, thank you. Len Dork. Base hit up the middle. The runner's going to turn the corner. He's going to come home from third. And an RBI single by Drotos. And that'll put another run on the board here in the third inning. So a base hit, RBI by Drotos, and Di Stefano scores. That'll be run number 4. So 4 runs on 4 hits here in the top of the third inning. Brings up the catcher, Tyberski. He's number 2. Sue Erskine Fitch is watching. Christy Waters Morrow. First pitch called strike 1. 4-1. Here in the top of the third, Pennsylvania putting 4 runs up on 4 hits. Swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss.
Yeah, the pitcher for Bellevue East, he's got some good stuff, but you got some really good hitters on that Penn-Trafford side that are, catching on to these pitches, and they're doing damage. There's another one.
C&I base hit between short and third, and that'll be another base hit. And that'll move the runner. That Drotos goes to second. Tryberski at first. Kovarak comes up. He's hitting from the right side. He's the right fielder.
When one person gets on base, it really turns into a rally and a heartbeat. And man, when it's 1 hit, it's 2 hits. When it's 2 hits, it's 3. And Trafford is catching on right now. And they are getting hot at the right time in this game.
So top of the third inning, Trafford now 4-1. And we have, 1 out. Kovarak steps in. Low pitch, ball 1.
Yeah, well, man on first and second again. So, you hit another one into the gap. You're talking about you could potentially score another 2 runs.
Here's the pitch. Fly ball center field coming in after it. And it's going to fall and bounce really high. They're going to hold the runner at third, so the bases are loaded. Kovarak with a base hit in the center field will move everybody up. So Drotos at third, Tryberski at second, Kovarak at first. Stepping in now will be number 4, number 21, the second baseman, Ruby. He'll be hitting from the left side with the bases loaded and 1 out. Ball bounces, it's going to get past the catcher, and we're going to have a run score on a wild pitch. Count on the batter, 1 ball, no strikes. All runners move up. So now first base open, runners at second and third. That'll be a wild pitch, scores a run. 5th run of the inning on 5 hits. Dylan Bullard now back on the mound, the big right-hander. Ruby, the second baseman, steps in. Here's the pitch, low and inside, ball 2. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to watch the game. The weather here in Florida, it's a little chilly, got some wind, but these guys that are coming down from Nebraska, there's a line drive right at the right fielder. It's going to bounce in front of him, and that'll be an RBI, and he bobbles the ball. 2 runs will score.
My, oh my, Orville. Penn-Trafford is seeing the baseball right now, and they are hitting just about everything. Inside, outside, high, low, they are smacking the baseball, and they brought some infectious hitting down from Pennsylvania to Florida.
So Delta, who steps in, he drew a walk. He was the first run scored. They've batted around.
Wow. 7 runs scored in this inning so far.
Here's the pitch. Called strike. That's outside. That'll be a ball. 1-1 to count. Fly ball in the right center field could drop.
Yep.
And it does. Another run. Oh, they hold him at third. So there's another base hit.
Yeah, that was kind of in no man's land right there, Orville. A little bit over the second baseman's head, and too close for the center fielder to get there, and when it rains it pours. So hit after hit.
8 hits in a row.
Coach is going to have to come talk to his pitcher right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they made a change, and they are, because you just got to stop the bleeding at some point. And Bullard did a pretty good job in his first couple innings when he came in here, and once the batters for Trafford start seeing those pitches a couple times, you kind of get a read and a beat on when to swing and what pitches are going to be thrown at you. And they hit just about everything, from the curveballs to the fastballs to the changeup. So going to have a pitching change here. Looks like they're going to step in number 11. I don't know if do you have a name for?
Justin Payne will step in.
Okay.
I think it says Justin. I got the Payne part right, but the coach, when you're coaching baseball, it's like a doctor. You just scribble something down on the lineup. You know who the guy is. That's all you care about. You don't care whether anybody else knows or not. But number 11, Payne, he comes in to pitch. He comes in the third inning, top of the third. And Bullard threw 2 1/3 innings, gave up 8 runs on 7 hits. A big inning for Pennsylvania. And I believe I'll have to wait till they get back on. We got a runner at third.
Yeah, we got runners at the corner right now.
And first, yeah, yep. First and third.
7-1 score, Penn-Trafford leading.
So we got Ruby on third, and we've got Delto on on first. So only 1 out. Boss will step in. He ground out to the third baseman his first time up. So they've batted around in this inning. So we'll sit back and enjoy and look for hot chocolate and a sweatshirt.
I could probably go for a cheeseburger right now, too.
Oh, well, anything. But let's look here. Gina Vega, we want to thank you for watching. Cynthia Hitchcock, Terry Travis Glesner, Debbie Jean, go Austin, she says. So without the first names on here, we don't know. I don't see an Austin on Bellevue, so that must be the Nebraska lady. But we want to thank everybody for watching.
Runner goes.
Got him. Oh, wow. Looked like everybody was there, but
very, very close play at second.
Did you see the pitch?
Yeah, pitch was, I believe, just a little bit low.
Okay. So Boss steps back in, hitting from the left side. And that bounces away from the catcher, but not far enough to come home on the play. And that'll take the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Ruby at third, Delta at second with Delta with second base with a stolen base. And we only have 1 out. 7 runs in this inning. Here's the pitch, low and away, and that's ball 3. 3-1. 3-0.
Orville, when you throw a pitcher in this situation in the middle of an inning where a team's having a rally, what do you kind of tell that pitcher stepping in?
If it was me personally, I'd say, sorry, kid. But the good thing is most of the guys have already hit, so Boss will draw a walk that will load the bases. Excuse me. Again, you just have to tell them, look, just throw strikes. Let them hit it. We'll catch the ball, and we'll go in and score some runs for you. So
right.
Cassiano steps in. That ball, nice block by the catcher. Cassiano with an RBI his first time up, stand-up triple, even though he did slide. But so he is, I don't know what he did the first inning, but they didn't score any runs. But right now he's 1 for 1 with a triple and an RBI. Bases loaded again, and there's a drive. Left center field. Great catch by the center fielder. That'll be a sacrifice fly. A run will score, and that will be Rudy. Ruby will score, and that will be run number 8 here in the top of the third inning, and that will be out number 2. So with 2 outs and runners again on the corners, first and third, brings up the second baseman Feldman. He steps in. He had a double and an RBI his first time. Look for Boss to head to second. Here's the pitch. There he goes. Almost, it does hit the batter. And Feldman's hit. Oh, nope, it didn't hit him. Batter thought it hit him, so that'd be a ball. Batter says, umpire, when it's thrown behind you, you automatically get first base, don't you? The answer the umpire gave you, no. So top of the third now, 8 runs on 8 hits.
Yeah, batter just said right there, yeah, it hit me, but that's okay. I'll step back into the plate.
Feldman steps back in. Runners at second and third. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that's inside. 2-0. DeStefano on deck. Pitch. Fly ball right field. Right fielder camped under it, going back a little bit. It's drifted and he misses it. And 1 run will score. And they
actually that scored both.
Both runs scored, yep. Runners going on the play with 2 outs. So 2 runs score. Feldman ends up at second, so Feldman with 2 RBIs.
You know, I've seen some big innings before, but this is a huge half inning. 10 runs now.
DeStefano steps back in. He had a double his last time in an RBI. Nine hits. 10 runs on 9 hits. Here's the pitch. Runner going to third. Ground ball, second base. Picks it up, throw to first, and that will end it right there. And that will be all she wrote for Pennsylvania in the top of the third inning. But in the inning, big time for Pennsylvania. 10 runs on 9 hits. 1 error committed by Nebraska. 1 runner left on base. Your score after 2.5. Pennsylvania 10 and Nebraska 1. Big inning right there.
Absolutely. Pennsylvania was really able to just, you know, I feel like when teams have kind of slow starts, and I think this is kind of universal with every sport, is like, let's just get the first person going. You know, once the first person gets going, then it can trickle down to the rest of the team. And I think that's what happened right there, is they were able to get a walk from that first guy, get the first guy on base, and then get it going for the rest of the team. And it turned out well in that half inning right there. So 10-1 lead for Pennsylvania Trafford over the Bellevue East Nebraska team. So some excellent baseball going on throughout the next several weeks here on the Space Coast. This is the Cocoa Beach Spring Training. Once again, it is Orville Susong, Zane Garcia from the Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily. We have some more games going on throughout the rest of the day. We'll be broadcasting a game right after this as well. But yeah, we have some spring training baseball going on here at the USSSA Sports Complex in Vieira. So great opportunity for all these teams to come out here and play. That one's smacked right down the first base line, and it's going to be a routine play for out number 1. So hard hit ball, but it just went straight to the first baseman, and that's going to be out number 1 for Bellevue East.
So that
that pitch is low. Fouled straight back, and You know, if you are at Bellevue East, you kind of got to take a piece of Penn-Trafford's recipe and just getting that first man on base. You know, whether it's a walk or a single, get one person going, and then the rest of the team can feed into that energy.
So Brody Graham steps in. He's got to count it 2 balls and 1 strike on him. 1 out. Steven tried ground ball to first base, unassisted play there. That would be the first out of the inning. Ground ball between shortstop and third, and Graham on with a base hit.
And there it is. It's just getting the first guy on base, and now you can hopefully get some rhythm going. And you know, they were the ones that scored the first run of the game, so they have some ability to get some hits, to get some guys on base, and then make some moves. So try to get back in this game, and you don't have to do it all in, you know, a half inning. But
Connor Steffer steps in. First pitch catches the outside corner, and that will be a strike. So the count, no balls, 1 strike. Graham at first with a base hit. Seeing eye ground ball between short and third. Here's the next pitch. That's low and away, and that's ball 1.
Sure would be nice to follow up that half inning from Penn-Trafford with 10 runs of your own.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, that doesn't happen that often. You know, if you could pick up that pitch hits him, if you can pick up 4 or 5 runs or 3 runs or something just to give your kids a little bit of confidence that they can score on these guys, you know, you get 3 here and 2 there, and all of a sudden you're only 4 behind, and then, you know, you're back in the ball game. Stepping in now, Braden Zimmerman with a runner at first and second and 1 out. (10-1) ground ball, third base side. He's going to tag the runner coming to third, throw to first, not in time. So Zimmerman will reach on the fielder's choice. Graham will be thrown out, or he'll be tagged out by the third baseman. That will be out number 2. So we have a runner at first base and 2 outs, and stepping in to hit will be Tristan Zyhart. 2 outs here for Nebraska. Tristan hitting from the right side. Swing and a miss, big cut. Drotos still on the mound for Pennsylvania. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Shortstop has to wait on the high hop over to second, forces it out, and that will be out number 3 as shortstop takes the ball. And that will be the end of the inning here in the bottom and third inning. The line score, no runs on 1 hit, the first hit of the ball game for Nebraska. 1 runner left on base, 2 runners left on base. Oh, 1 runner left on base. That one's over there. So here we go. No runs on 1 hit, the first hit of the ball game. 1 runner left on base. No errors. There's a score 10-1 in favor of Pennsylvania. We'll flip the book over, and we'll see who's got coming up. A big inning, last inning for Pennsylvania. They had 10 runs on 9 hits. That's a big inning.
It really is. I mean, like you said, you don't really see that often, but I mean, one thing that you got to bring when you come down to Florida, not only are you in the warmer weather, you got to bring some warm bats, and that's exactly what they did.
Sure, yeah.
They brought some hot bats down here.
Tonda Waters, Debbie Jean, and 2 others watching together. Thank you for tuning in. We are coming to you from the USSSA Sports Complex here in Viera, Florida. The weather is beautiful for the guys playing baseball. Zane and I are freezing to death, but it's baseball weather, and for March, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
So they're loving it. The people here that came down with the teams, they're loving it. And so that's all what it's all about. We want to thank all the teams that have come down to Cocoa Beach spring training. When they get here, the first thing they see is these fields and stuff, all AstroTurf. Every field in this complex is AstroTurf, and it's just a beautiful stadium. It's just a beautiful complex. We got softball going on the other side, baseball here. So it's you come here to play and stay, and you have a great time.
Yeah, Penn-Trafford coming back up to bat now, and coaches are probably saying, hey, you're probably not going to have 10 runs again. But, you know, we saw what we could do with the bats in our hands in that last half inning, and I think they're going to try to put a couple more runs across.
Oh, sure. They want to make a statement, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Keith Lufenberg watching. Eric Payne is watching. Thank everybody for tuning in to the Friday Night Locker Room and Space Coast Daily TV. So stepping in now, we're in the top of the fourth inning. Stepping in to hit is the pitcher, Drotos. First pitch is a ball. He had a base hit, an RBI, and scored a run last inning.
Been pretty much the entire batting order with an RBI.
So did everybody. Yeah, everybody that hit got an RBI almost. Next pitch catches the outside corner, and that'll even it up at one ball, one strike.
Got a new pitcher on the mound for Bellevue. That's number 32, I believe, Orville, for Bellevue East. I didn't see the number. Is it?
Can't be 32. They don't have a 32.
Well,
it can be. It
21.
Can.
21.
Okay, 21 is Zimmerman. He was the designated hitter. Now he steps in to pitch. So Zimmerman was hitting for Bullard, the batter. That pitch is upstairs, or the pitcher, excuse me. That'll take the count to 3-1 on Drotos. Drotos, the pitcher for Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania up 10-1. Takes a little off of that one and misses the outside corner. And the leadoff runner for Pennsylvania will draw a walk. He'll run down to first. And Trybursky, the catcher, will come in. He ground out to short his first time up, had a base hit and scored a run his second time.